What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something that I've been meaning to do for a while, and definitely something that the Evo 89 should have came with from factory. But today we're going to be doing a battery relocation on the Evo. So let's go ahead and show you everything that I have for the kit. Prior to deciding on what route I wanted to take with this battery relocation, I did a lot of research, and I gotta be honest, I noticed a lot of janky setups. Now, in theory, you could do this on your own, create your own kit, but you know, if you follow the build, you know we don't cut any corners around here, and we don't do any janky stuff, so no disrespect to anybody else, but I just wanted to make sure I got a kit that was already pre-made and everything looked clean and it was as nice as possible, and this kit is that. Now, this kit is from DI Fab, and it's actually military owned. So the guy is a disabled veteran. He was actually a Marine, and for those that don't know, I'm also active duty military, so I love supporting these small companies and businesses because, you know, those guys, you know, they dedicated their time to this country, and the least I can do, in my opinion, is, you know, give back to them by ordering this. And not to mention, he went ahead and got everything. As you can clearly tell, all this stuff is OEM with the exception of this plate. This is a plate that he obviously made. And then this stuff right over here is not. So check them out. The kit is roughly about $240. From what I was able to see, I don't think he has an actual website. All this stuff was ordered through Facebook, and he has a Facebook page. And honestly, it was pretty simple. It was actually simpler than the typical website, the PayPal, and back and forth. Did everything through Facebook, and it was really smooth and flawless. So check them out. Once again, it's DI Fab. I'll go ahead and make sure to link it so you guys know how to spell it. But I got this from Facebook. Great guy, very down to earth, explained everything. Had a bunch of questions, and he basically facilitated everything. But I think this plate right over here will match my little theme that I have going with the brushed titanium, brushed stainless steel, so on and so forth. And as you can clearly tell, all this stuff is OEM. This is from the Evo 10. For those of you that don't know, the Evo 10 has the battery in the rear. So he goes ahead and gets all this stuff together and gets it all. And in theory, like I said, you can do this yourself, but I figured I'd support the guy, and he went ahead and did everything. And for $240, I can't really complain, because if you probably do the math on all this stuff, you'll be coming up pretty close. So might as well, you know, not worry about it and have the guy do it. Anyways, here's the battery terminals and the cabling. Probably the thing that I'm looking forward to the least is this. So all this stuff right here is all from DI Fab. And once again, it was about $240, and I'm very happy with it so far. Everything looks clean, pretty straightforward, nothing crazy. And I love the finish on this right over here, on this plate. Moving on to the battery bracket. This is the battery bracket that we're gonna be putting in the back where the trunk is. And I got this from Amazon. So if you go on Amazon, I believe the company's name is right over here, ICT Billet. And there's some numbers if you wanna go ahead and try. But if you should type in ICT battery relocation, or battery tray, it should pop up. So hopefully this is the one I go with. This is a universal setup, so you can actually do any type of battery, and it actually adjusts to whatever battery you have. So I have that going, and then right over here I went ahead and laid out this mat. So for whatever reason, the OEM one is unfortunately like a unicorn. I don't think Mitsubishi sells it. I looked around for it, I couldn't find a part number, but people are charging like $100 for a used mat, and I wasn't about to pay that. So I went ahead and got this from eBay. It was like 50 bucks. It looks pretty good quality. There's the little plate, and quite frankly, it's just a mat. So I don't really see the need in going all crazy with it. This is actually better than the OEM one, which is just a piece of carpet basically. And then I did the thing that I said I wasn't gonna do, which is order an OEM floorboard, which is right here. This is roughly about $100. And there's that info, and here's the part number for those that are interested. But for the money, honestly, what I was gonna do is I was gonna have this custom made. I was gonna find a floor mat and have somebody cut it. But honestly, it wasn't worth the labor and all that stuff. So for $100, it is what it is. Go ahead and flip it. And it has everything, all the little blocks and everything. And it's guaranteed perfect fitment. So for $100, it is what it is. All right, guys, currently at AutoZone, gonna pick out a new battery. Probably won't be going anything crazy expensive. Probably not gonna get an Optima. I really don't need anything crazy. The weather isn't that crazy out here. And not to mention, I'm not getting rid of the mini battery because it sucked. I'm just trying to clean up the engine bay some, so a Duralast or something like that should do just fine. We'll see, unless they have some deals on some Optimas. All right, guys, made it to Rodney's house, and I got the battery that we're going with. Went with the Duralast Gold. I didn't need anything crazy, even though this one's still pretty expensive. I got a discount on it, but it came out to about $190 because I didn't have a core. So I've never had any issues with the Duralast ones. So honestly, it didn't matter to me. And this one kind of, in my opinion, looks cleaner and sleeker. So that's what we're going with. All right, guys, here's the current setup. Nothing crazy, just a mini battery kit from ETS for the short route piping. And so we'll be removing this. It's pretty basic process. There's nothing crazy, honestly. Just obviously remove these bolts, take the tray out, and then replace it with the new kit. And then the hardest part's gonna be how we wire the terminals to the rear. So we still gotta figure that out. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on redoing this and taking everything apart. So one of the good things about this plate is that it'll hide that right over there. So you won't be able to see that anymore. So it's actually doing a lot more than just being a plate, and it's covering up some stuff. Quick update, got the plate pretty nice so far. It's gonna clean up some of the mess over here because I guess the wear and tear from the old transmission mount left some scarring and stuff over there, so now it's looking real clean. We got Rodney over here. Say hello to Rodney. He's running the wire. As you guys can see, that red wire right there is routed all the way to the back. I'll go ahead and take you to the back so you guys can see it. All right, guys, we're here in the back, and this is where the cable is, and all we did was literally just route it through there. And in the back seat, pull the back seat off. There's the back seat, and you basically just route this, pop all those little panels, and basically just route it in. We're still trying to figure out how we're gonna run this because there may be some issues getting it through the grommet. Quick update for you guys. We got the cable in, and this is probably the most difficult part. I was actually routing it and then getting this crimped. Rodney and I went through some trouble, mainly him, but basically he had to crimp the shit out of him, and it's routed through the bottom. This seems to be the best route for this. So I know a lot of these videos don't really show, but it's coming up through there, and there's actually a little spot right over there where we're gonna tuck it up underneath and route it through this way. And then there's an actual grommet right over there, and that's gonna be routed through the inside of the car, and eventually we'll get it tucked up underneath where the car has all the panels. This way we have it routed right this way right now, but eventually be routed through here, and then once again through the back door, and then through there. And the part I'm dreading the most is gonna be mounting this down. Now guys, here's where we sit so far. On the ground. We got the commentary from Mr. Rodney, of course. Anything else would be uncivilized, but we're making some progress. Just ran into a bit of an issue. This battery doesn't fit this tray, so we have to figure something out. Probably have to get some longer bolts for these, but either way it's not gonna work because the battery's too tall and it's got these little humps right over there that are kind of in the way. So about to head to Lowe's here shortly and see what we can figure out. Should be on that side. found a solution to the issue with the battery thing, and it's a pretty solid solution. We're gonna have to cut that portion of it, but overall it's not too bad. So for less than $5 we were able to make something happen. In the meantime, these guys were kind enough to finish the job up here. Alright, after you drill these holes, you want to make sure you spray it down with something.
Drill what holes?
So Rodney went ahead and hooked this up with this rust neutralizer. And you want to make sure you spray that down, because if not, it will rust. So we ended up putting that over, and then we put the carpet and made some holes in the carpet. So it'll make sense once it's all in there. So stand by for more content. Making some great progress, as you can tell. The carpet is mounted, and so is the tray for the battery. So everything's been bolted down. I'll go ahead and show you underneath. Everything looks pretty good. Hopefully you guys are able to see that. But we're almost done, getting ready to finish the last terminal.
And
it's also been grounded back here. I got a bolt that's grounding it. So once we do this,
open that up a little bit more.
Pretty much almost done.
Burns, it burns.
And just like that, it is complete. We already did a test run, but just for shits and giggles.
You want to hold it?
Yeah, I'll have Mr. Rodney go ahead and hold it as I start the car.